All right, welcome back, boys and girls. So today we're going to talk about the top 10 don'ts of LA. Okay, so number 10, don't think LA in terms of your stereotypes. And this being the most photographed city, your imagination might be going wild, how beautiful it might be. But here's the thing, like all those movies and TV shows, it's highly curated way of showing LA, right? They pick and choose what locations they want to film in. They never hardly film in past east of La Brea. They always filming west side where the nice areas at. But LA is a big city, and just like any other big city, it can be pretty grimy at times. And you first land, you might pick up on the very two distinct local smell, which is the smell of weed and smell of piss. So just like any other big city, it can get grimy. So, just don't get your expectations too high, It's just a big city, so there you go. All right, number 9. Don't try to spot celebrities or do celebrity tours. I never understood this part, but for some reason there's a lot of people who are obsessed with celebrities, and when they come here, they just want to see celebrities, right? They do celebrity tours, which I think it is such a waste of your time and money. Nothing looks miserable in my eyes than a bunch of people packed into a little car and stuck in the middle of LA traffic. Chances are you're not going to see any celebrities on that tour. They're just going to milk your money. Don't do that. They're not just going to be randomly sprinting down Sunset Boulevard in West Hollywood. Like, that's not going to happen, right? These people, they move very meticulously. They're very calculated, so there's no way you're going to see them. And then those house tours, like celebrity house tours, they're so sad. You work hard for your money. You have a much better chance of celebrity spotting if you go to select restaurants. If you go to like a restaurant like a Matsuhisa, chances are you're going to see a lot of celebrities on one night in that restaurant. But, be ready to shell out some big buck on that one. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you might spot a celebrity here and there, just randomly by luck hiking. But, just forget about it. Don't do that. It's fucking weird. And even if you see celebrities out in the wild, like, what do you think is going to come out of it? These celebrities, they're so fed up by public. Chances are their reaction is going to be not pleasant, right? You might even go up to them, but you might freeze. So it's just going to be awkward. Just don't do it. Number 8, don't think whether it's warm all the time or ocean water is great all the time. So for those who don't know, Pacific water is pretty freaking cold. 10 out of 12 months out of the year, water is too cold to get in. Only time locals get in the water is when the temperature is above 90. So that is what, August, September, right? So unless you're coming during those months, chances are when you come to LA, you can't get in the water. It's freezing cold. When you come in, dip your toes, fine. But, if you come in April, don't think you can get a swim in. It's just going to be miserable. Weather, it looks sunny all the time. It looks beautiful, but it doesn't mean it's warm. During the day, for the most part, it's like 70s, but at night it can get cold, right? So like unless it's July, August, and September, think of LA kind of like a sweater weather or like a hoodie weather after 8 p.m. because it is technically a desert. So during the day you can rock a tee, but at night just have your hoodie handy. You're gonna need that, especially if you're staying on the west side close to the beach. You're gonna be cold just with a t-shirt. So there you go. All right, number 7, don't do Rodeo Drive and Beverly Hills. Who's actually shopping? I've never seen anybody actually shop. I've never seen anybody walking with bags. It's just a bunch of people window shopping, walking around. Just looks miserable. If you do Rodeo Drive, you are given into the superficiality of Los Angeles, and that sucks. I'm sorry for you, pal, but, everything is overpriced there. And by the way, if you're one of those like 0.1% of ballers who are super rich and you're a fucking Arab sheikh, then, disregard this note. But if you're just like average person, just like me, it's so pointless. I don't get it. Beverly Hills sucks. Beverly Hills is the Silicon Central of Los Angeles. It is one part empty buildings of rich people who just bought buildings and left it there, and another part of just corporate buildings. So when you go to Beverly Hills, a lot of people just take their photos in front of this weird, stupid sign that says Beverly Hills. Other than that, what else are you seeing there? It's waste of your time. All right, number 6. Don't eat at the same Thai restaurants you see in articles. Let me just start by saying I have nothing against these restaurants, but however, I do firmly believe that LA has so much good food than any of these articles represent. Seems like a lot of people, when they come, they just eat at the same old tired few restaurants like Langer's, Phillips, Pinky's, and shit like that. Like, don't do that. Like, you didn't fly across town just to eat a hot dog. It's so quirky. It's so theme parky. Don't do that. There's better restaurants out there. Honestly, like, LA is probably one of the best food cities in America. I would even say it's probably the best food city in America. So if you come here all the way over here, actually try to eat good. You know what I mean? I'm going to actually make a separate list on all the good restaurants that you should eat while you're here. But if you see a list, 20 people recommend the same restaurant, it is just the echo chamber. People are just repeating the same restaurant, and that's going to suck. Good place to start is LA Eater. Articles are pretty trustable. So, go off of that. Another good cheat code is whatever you're doing at the time, go to a bar, have a beer, talk to a local, and ask them where you should go eat at. And that's probably a better way than go to Pinky's. All right. Nothing against your Pinky's. Love you. Peace. Number 5, don't do Hollywood sign. A lot of people feel like they need to hike up to the Hollywood sign. It's like a weird pilgrimage of sorts. You just kind of walk up the dirt patch up a hill and look at some weird plastic signs. And you can't even get close. Once you get close, the chopper's going to come in and they'll shoo you away because it's actually private property. So you can't even get your fucking nice photos that you thought about it. It's stupid. But also, like, what's the point? Why would you waste your time like that? You can see a Hollywood sign from pretty much every angle as long as you're in mainland LA. Just look at it and that's enough, right? You can just be in any random restaurant and you can see a Hollywood sign in the background. Just take your photo with the background. Good enough. Move on. Fuck that. Fuck Hollywood sign. Number 4. Don't do a Hollywood Walk of Fame. Now, it's pretty irresistible because if this is especially your first time, you want to walk down the Hollywood Boulevard and look at those stars and whatnot because, everything you've seen entire life with the movies and whatnot, it leads you to checking that out. But here's the thing. Hollywood is more of a state of mind than an actual place, right? So, like, Hollywood Boulevard, it is probably the most artificial fucking environment you'll see. And Hollywood Boulevard is just filled with panhandlers, homeless people, smells like piss, traffic, can't park, dirty. You're just gonna be tired, overpriced food. Just, it's too much of an effort to waste your good time. One time my cousin came to LA, and this is his first time, and he really wanted to check out Hollywood Walk of Fame, right? So I made him a deal. I'm like, all right, cool. Let's drive through Hollywood Boulevard, and if you really, really, really want to do it, we'll stop and we'll fucking do it. And after 20 seconds, he was like, nah, I'm good. Let's go to a bar. Hollywood Boulevard is probably the most overrated attraction in America. It's not worth it, honestly. Number 3, don't walk. Nobody walks in LA. Just don't walk. LA is just so spread out. An average street in LA probably is wider than the New York freeway. And especially New York, like, they think they come to LA, they can just be like, oh, the coffee shop is only a mile away. Mile walk in New York is enjoyable because there's so much to see and enjoy. But in LA, it's just gonna be nothingness. And it's just gonna be hot, boring, sad. We even put our trash in our trunks and we drive our cars from our apartment to our trash cans that is 20 foot away. That's how much of a car culture that is. So just don't walk. Forget about walking. There's only a handful of neighborhoods that you can walk, such as Koreatown or like whatever. But like just don't walk. Enjoy your car. You know what I mean? Get your car comfortable, stack some waters, load up in your podcast, audiobooks, comfortable clothes. Enjoy the car culture. Rent a car. Enjoy life. Love you. All right, so number 2. Don't underestimate the traffic. You've heard this before. Traffic starts around 7 till 9. You get a little bit of movement between 9 till, I would say, 1. And then starting around 1:30 till like 8:30, traffic. And one thing is, if you're planning a trip, make sure you plan your trip with according to traffic and the destination that you're going to, right? For example, in the morning, traffic goes towards west from downtown. And at night, the traffic goes from west to downtown, right? So whatever your movement is, you always want to go against the traffic. If possible, that's going to save you loads of time. In some cities, you can measure distance by miles, but in LA, we measure them by minutes. Because at night, Downtown to Santa Monica can be 10 minutes, but at 5 p.m. it can be hour and 30 minutes. So the 10-mile ride is pointless. Always be cautious of where you're staying and how you're moving about the city, of the activities you try to do. All right, number 1, don't just do the same old tired stuff. I mean, I get it. If it's your first time in LA and you can't resist the temptations of visiting of the same things, sure. But literally try to minimize that time you have. There's so much better things to do in LA. LA is massive, 20 million people, so much to do. Lots of neighborhood, lots of stories, lots of things to do, lots of places to be. I'm actually going to make a separate video on this because I view it as a civil service. So until then, stay tuned. And the thing is, some of the best things you can do in LA area are actually not in LA. These are the places that are just hour away. But if you're in traffic within LA for an hour, well, like, what difference does it make if you can just plan your time accordingly, right? Okay, next up, go check out top 10 day trips from LA. All right, deuce.